Welcome back. So, literally just walked in from the East Arachnid Show, S.E.A.S 2023, first show of the year. Bit tired, but I thought what I'll do is I will literally put something together now to show what we picked up, whilst my dogs bark outside, obviously. But yeah, I thought I'd put together a quick video showing what we picked up. There's not going to be much of a rehouse on this first part anyway. Maybe if I get time I'll put it on the end. But just, you know, my opinion of S.E.A.S, what I thought was good, what I didn't think was good. Just a little update on the things we picked up today, because obviously I didn't stick to my list of nothing, as I never do. So we'll get straight to what we picked up. So what did we get? Well, first of all, let's start by saying we got there in enough time to actually be inside the hotel in the queue for once. But that didn't matter, because as soon as the queue reached the door, for some reason this year they decided to open the fire doors and let the queue go out there. So it was absolutely frigging freezing inside the hotel, which wasn't great. We were inside. I took my mature male Cambridgei for a breeding project down to Leah, and sad to see him go. But he ate this morning, which was almost like a perfect send-off for him, because he hasn't eaten in a little while. But I put him in his Bra-Plus tub, and yeah, late last night, early this morning, I thought I'm just going to try him with some food, and he took the food, and it was almost like a last meal for him here, which was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool anyway. So let's have a look what we got. So in exchange for the Cambridgei, what I got from Leah was a rather large, well, I say rather large, probably see it on there, size of it. That is a Tarantuhalla Kallenbergi, which is, you know, it's a nice size spider. It's got a lovely abdomen, and it ain't a bad size. It's pretty good. So I was happy to take that off Leah. And we also picked up off of Leah, whilst we were there as well, not sure. This is either a Brachypelma or a Tarantuhalla, unknown. But we decided I'd take it because it's going to have its own little journey with me, and it's going to be fun sort of figuring out what this one is. Looking at it at the moment, I know they're all tiny little brown spiders of this size, but looking at it at the moment with the abdomen and the setae colours, I'm leaning towards a Vargans, but I know it's not a Vargans. That is what I do know, but we will see. We will see. It's definitely not of a DZ, and it's definitely not anything like a Herpmania or a Bohemi, so we'll see. We'll see what this one is. But this was also from Leah in exchange for the Cambridgei. So that's two things that we picked up. The next thing we bought was a Creatures of the North mystery box, the Support My Petrol XDD £50 mystery box, which I sort of got bullied into getting. No, I didn't really. It was Chris. Chris was on the stall, and I picked this up, and I have opened it, obviously, because it was quite cold coming home, so I wanted just to make sure everything was still okay. And what we had inside that was 3 slings, and I know I keep turning away from the camera. I know it's not very professional. We had inside the, where would we start? The H. lividus, the Herpmania lividus, which is the cobalt blue. We have the Haplopelma dorai, or Doridae. This is the Borneo black, and that's all right size. It's probably 2 centimeters, that one. And then also, which is pretty cool, but I must say I'm a little bit nervous about this one, only because of keeping it alive. We have the Biripes, you're going to like this, Biripes Cimaroixgorium, which is the metallic blue earth tiger. The bright, well, I'll put a picture up of an adult up here. it's a real bright blue legged ones, which these are not cheap. So 3 slings in a £50. I think I've got good value on there. Put in the comments what you think about those 3 for a mystery box, £50 mystery box. Then we went over from there. We went back to Leah, and we were umming and ahhing, and we picked up these little cockroaches. They're not for everyone, I know that. Everyone likes their spiders, but this is the Burrassosia fumigata, which is the Cuban burrowing cockroach, which looks like just a tub of substrate. But having a dig around in here, there are a good number in here. I think there's 10 or 11. We'll just see if we can get one out, shall we? These things apparently like to wander on your hand, so you know, some don't like being handled, some don't tolerate it very much, but we have the little babies, which pretty cool, pretty feisty, and we'll see if we can get these to breed. If I can get this one off my hand. Where's it gone? There we go, back in its burrow. So yeah, we'll get those set up at some point in the near future, and see if we can get those breeding. So that was a nice little addition. We then went round and we went to Portsmouth Tarantulas, and I picked up a couple of stickers from Danielle. It was nice to catch up with them, chat about their new shop. They seem to be settling in well, so good for Portsmouth Tarantulas. What we've got here, which I'm not going to actually get out yet, is, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick this up on the camera, possibly. We have the Neohotheli Ince Gold. It's just sat here, about this big, and we picked that up. That was £19. This thing I'm going to be rehousing very soon, because obviously it's going to need a better setup than this, but it'll be okay in here until tomorrow or the next day when I get around to rehousing it. It's made a massive web in there, as you can probably see. All that white stuff at the top isn't just condensation or anything. That is pure webbing, and it's fast. I've already seen this is fast. There was a molt in here. We've got that in the water at the moment. Maybe we'll be able to see if we can sex it, because the abdomen's quite big, so you never know. We never know. I haven't got an Incy, so happy with that one. I did learn something interesting today from Scott at PT. He was saying that the Incy Gold and the Incy Olive are actually both the same spider. I didn't know this, but the gold is actually just the albino. So you can have 2 olives. If they breed, you might possibly get a gold. If there's a gold sort of like strand in its DNA or whatever, you may get a gold one out. But if you breed 2 golds, you can't get an olive. They're always going to be gold. So, who thought I'd ever give facts out on a video? Anyway, moving on from that, we then picked up something a little bit different. We have, and I'll get some close-up footage of this tomorrow. We have in here the, let's get that in, there we go. This is the Scorpio palmatus, which is the, what used to be the Maurus, I think, which is the Israeli or Israeli gold scorpion. Massive pincers on this thing. Looks like it's got loads of attitude. It's just a lovely little colour. But that was from Venomous Visions, Tony at Venomous Visions. Had a good old chat with him about it. Hopefully I can get this one set up in a suitable environment and get this to grow on. The room is a little bit too cold in here for these at the moment. I need to figure out how to get a certain part of it raised to temperature, just to give some of the warmer ones a little bit go. Like this room sits between 20 and 24, sort of varies up and down. I do need to get an area in this room where I can get it to about 26. How? I don't know. We've already got an oil-filled rad in here, and with the cost of electricity and stuff, it's like, we'll figure it out. Maybe a heat mat on the back of one of the shelves or something. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. Next up, we went round to see Andrew Smith, and Andrew Smith's obviously just bought out his recent Pokey DVD, which is a 2 DVD package and about 3 hours long, I believe, 64 minutes and 174 minutes. So you've got the main one, yeah, 174 minutes, and then a 64-minute extra second DVD, which is crazy really. So we've got that one, and I didn't have any of the others, so we picked up the Brachypelma, which again, it's another 2 DVD, which we're looking at, you know, 98 minutes, 87 minutes, so that's another lengthy bit of documentary. Then we had the Pelanobius, which is the King Baboon DVD again, another one that's 176 minutes and 64 minutes, so lots and lots of information on there. And then the 1640 Brazil original documentary, the first one they did, the first tarantula spider, history and the history of the British Tarantula Society. This is another one which is another 90-minute documentary, 2 DVDs, all those for £20. How can you argue with that? 20 quid. So really happy with those. And talking to Andrew today was amazing. Connor actually picked up, while we were there, the Scorpion book, Medical Significance of Scorpions, and Andrew gave him the original Tarantula book, which was a really nice gesture. So go and check out Love Tarantula. I'll put the link in the description below, because the man's amazing to talk to. He's just so interesting. We picked up a couple of mantis den. Everyone knows I like my mantis den enclosures. We picked up a couple of the 10x10x15 enclosures, and it's a good thing I did. I did have an idea on what I wanted to put in those, but they don't need rehousing just yet. But the next things I picked up will need rehousing, and I'll probably get away with putting them in here. I'll show you why. We picked up from Luke at S.E.A.S Spiders, put their description below, 2 mature male aviculara. So aviculara, the guana pincto. We've got 2 mature males, which are a decent size. They're about 8-9 centimetres each, I think. And we've got these 2 mature males because, as you know, we've got my 2 females up here. And talking about the size of them, possibly ready for a bit of a breeding project. We now have 2 mature males, which we'll rehouse into some small enclosures. We'll put them up on the shelf. We'll see if there's anything there. We might have some avic babies on Tarantula.Rookie's Tarantula.Rookie stream soon. Who knows? Let's hope so. And then, almost lastly, we had some tickets for the raffle, and Connor won this. It was the Tarantuhalla Sasmai, which is the Brazilian blue, whatever it is. Yep, Brazilian blue, I think. This is the Sasmai. Not got one of these. This sling is like a grain of sand, but it was a nice prize to win in a raffle, which Connor chose. So yeah, we'll look at maybe sort of getting some little tiny bits of macro footage on that. Doesn't look much like a blue tarantula at the moment. It is very, very small, but it does look like it's about to molt. It has got a very dark spot on its abdomen, so we'll see. Hopefully it will make it through. And then lastly, we have the millipedes. We won some millipedes which are already in a house. I will put them up on the screen. You're not going to see, it's just a tub. But we have these, oh, you're going to love me to pronouncing this name. The Odontostreptus species peach, which is the peach-banded millipede. If I'm doing well with these Latin names, please let me know in the comments. So yeah, the Odontostreptus species peach. And unfortunately, when we got these and we opened them up to have a look, it appears that one of them is doing okay, which is now buried somewhere. No idea where that is. But we have another one, which I'll show you on some footage over this. It's got a lot of erratic movement. It's really struggling. It didn't look too good. I did have a couple of people look at it while we were there, and it's a massive shame, but I don't think it's going to make through the night. It looks like it's passing. It has actually now stopped moving. And what was really sad was when we were looking at these, the one that seems to be okay was trying to make this one move. It was trying to keep going up to it, making it move, trying to make it move, seeing if there was any life left in it. And then when it's realised that it's not moving, it's wandered off and buried itself at the other side of the enclosure. So I don't think there's much. I don't think there's any life in it now. We're not sure, but it's a shame, and it's a shame to win that at the raffle. But Connor did say one thing to me which really, really made me smile in a heartfelt way. He said he was glad that we got these because he wouldn't have wanted someone else to win them and have to suffer being upset by winning a prize that died. So that's quite cool. Yeah, proud dad moment. But yeah, so if I get to any housing of this, I did actually also pick up something else. Sorry, 1 second. These aren't for me, but I'm going to show you anyway. I will put some footage over these because these things are awesome. Went and spoke to Tim Baxter, and Ants Rambling had asked me if I would mind picking up his scorpions for him because he couldn't get to the show. So we have a feisty little female. This is the Heterometrus longimanus. It's a lovely little scorpion. I will put some footage on it, but as you can see it on the camera there anyway. That one's the female, and then we've also got the male, which is a lot smaller and is now hidden at the front of this one, so you're probably not going to see it, but it's just here. Oh, he's just woken up. There you go. There you go, the little male. Oh, that's a stunning little thing. But yes, those are breeding pair, looks like, which I picked up for Paul, Mr. Ants Rambling, and hopefully we can get those to him soon. But yeah, they're cool. So we'll feed them for him. We'll keep them alive, hopefully. So yeah, that was it, pretty much all we picked up from S.E.A.S. What do we think about the day? It was good to see everyone. Absolutely amazing to see everyone. Catch up with people like Scott, catching up with Terry, Leah. We caught up with Kayla and Andre. We caught up with Phil. Going and seeing Danielle and Harry and Scott from Portsmouth Tarantulas. Luke at S.E.A.S Spiders with Daddy S.E.A. as well. It was brilliant to talk to all those guys again. And then we had a little chat with Mitch from Unseen Universe and Greg from 8 Legs 4 Wheels. Good to catch up with him, have a chat with him as well. Caught up with Clayton from Bugnut. Clayton was brilliant to chat to, he always is. And we had a good old chat with Clayton about some stuff, mystery boxes and his thoughts on various spiders and stuff. It was always nice. He's a really interesting man, so it's always good to catch up with him. And then we caught up with Amneh of Herpmania, and we picked up a new hide for our Royal Python. That was something else we got. And yeah, everyone in there. We had Diana, Annabelle, Chaz. Who else did we meet? Loads of people. We had Dad's Tarantulas was there, Paigey, and Ian Tarantula. Just loads of people. Loads and loads of people. I've probably forgotten half the people I spoke to today. I do this all the time. I go through, I say the people that I was speaking to, mentioning people, this, that and the other, and there's always people I miss out, and it's always the important ones. Steve, I missed you out. Mark, I missed you and Victoria out. I spent most of the day talking to you three. I don't know why you slipped my mind. I'm an idiot. Anyway, also Jeremy, honourable mention. Spent a good time talking to you as well, buddy. It's always nice to catch up with you, so I do apologise for leaving you all out. Back to the video. We were there all day, gave out an awful lot of stickers, and yeah, it was really nice for everyone who came up and said hello to us, and was just chatting spiders and inverts and life in general. It was really busy. As you go in for the, if you've ever been to S.E.A.S or not, as you go into the convention centre, there's one room, then there's a second room, and the first room was absolutely mobbed. It literally couldn't move. If you chose the wrong direction to walk, you might as well have just stopped, because you weren't going to move in there. You come out of that hall, go into the second hall, was quite open, And then the big main hall was the same, it was just rammed. So I'm looking forward to Taunton, because Taunton has an awful lot of space and isn't as busy as that. But the main part of the day was just catching up with everyone that we haven't seen for a little while, because the shows haven't been on, obviously, over Christmas. So yeah, it was really, really nice. Anything negative on there? It was just a little bit cold. They had a few of the doors open, and some parts of it I thought, others didn't, but I just thought with the spiders in there, could have got a little bit of a chill factor coming in there. But everything I've got home seems to be okay, so hopefully it's not really been an issue. But the actual show was amazing. We were there all day. The raffle was good. There were so many prizes in the raffle, it was ridiculous. It was just a long day. Long day. I literally got home, I think, about 8 in the evening, just in time to tune into the live on Phil's channel tonight with the AKAC group, and chat more spiders and stuff. Speaking of spiders, Lewis, we missed you at the show today, mate, because we needed a decent Spider-Man. But apart from that, it was a brilliant show. Right, I will catch up with you guys next week with some more updates, footage, and hopefully some rehouses and stuff. We'll see. Anyway, catch you again. See ya.